Hi, second grade mathematicians. Today we're going to be working on measurement. Our first page is page 405 called Rulers and Inch Brick Measuring Tools. You're never going to believe this, but I forgot to bring my ruler from the classroom and from my parents' house this weekend, and so I don't have a ruler. I just have an inch brick measuring tool. For some of you, you don't have printers at home, so you might not have an inch brick measuring tool, but you have a ruler. And so we're just going to be really resourceful, and if we don't have something, we're just going to kind of go with the flow. So if you look here, this is really close to being an actual, the same size as a real ruler. So the first thing that I'm going to notice, it says name two things that are the same. So I noticed that if I line up the edge of my inch brick measuring tool to the 0, it lines up to the 1. So I can see that this is 1 inch on a regular ruler, and it's also 1 inch on the inch brick ruler. So that's one thing that I notice is the same. Something that's different is I noticed that there's centimeters on the top here, and my inch brick ruler doesn't have centimeters. Okay, so that's one thing that I can notice. It doesn't line up exactly, but if it did, and you can check this on your ruler, this is 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. So it should, my inch brick ruler should line up to 6 inches. So if I needed a whole ruler, I could tape another one of these together, and it would be able to be the length of a full ruler, which is 1 foot, right? Because there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So go ahead and make your other observations. What else do you notice is the same about your inch brick ruler and your accurate ruler? And then what are two things that are different? So we're gonna start there. Go ahead and pause your screen so you can write down your observations and write down what you observed. Next, we have a quick activity, and if you don't have a printer, that's okay. You can just follow along with me. We need to measure these 4 objects. These look like solids, don't they? And write down the length of each object. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure the caret because it says caret is the first object. So I'm going to line up my inch brick ruler and my caret from end to end. So it looks like this caret is 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and write down 4 inches. Next, it would like me to measure the eraser. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to line up the eraser from one end to the next, and you can see really quickly that it's 2 inches. So I can tell that the eraser is 1/2 of the caret, right? Because half of 4 is 2. Very interesting, isn't it? Okay, next we have the ribbon. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna line this up from end to end. And I can tell that this is 5 inches because I know that my inch brick ruler is 6 inches long. So the ribbon is 5 inches. So far, which object is the longest? Did you say the ribbon? Which object is the smallest? Did you say the eraser? Okay, next we have the paperclip. And sometimes I find it difficult to line it up when the end is rounded. So we just have to do our best. Oh, looks like 1 inch. So the paperclip is 1 inch. And the rope, uh-oh, I dropped my ruler. Oh, sorry. The rope is Oh, I'm gonna turn that around. Rope is 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches. 3 inches. So if I was gonna make a list of the longest to the shortest, I would write down ribbon first. Ribbon is the longest. Carrot comes in second place. Then, did you say rope? Rope, eraser, and paperclip. Okay, great. So when you're measuring, don't forget to line up the end of your object so that you can make sure that it's really accurate, okay? So once we're done with page 405, rulers and inch brick measuring tools, we're going to turn the page to 406, and we're going to be using body benchmarks. So it says body benchmarks are parts of the body that you can sometimes use to measure objects if you do not have a ruler handy. Use body benchmarks to answer each question. On your body, what is about 1 inch long? And do you see here? 1 inch is about your knuckle to the tip of your finger. And your fingers are smaller than mine, so this probably will make more sense when you look at it, but if you look from the edge of my finger to my knuckle, that's about 1 inch. So what's something on my body that is about 1 inch? That's from here to my knuckle. I don't know. What do you think? What's about 1 inch on your body? And then on your body, what is about 6 inches long? And we know that our inch brick is six inches long. Sorry, I keep dropping everything. So what on your body is about this long? So you can go ahead and write that in. On your body, what is about 12 inches long? So 2 of these. 12 inches is also 1 foot. Okay, so you're gonna look for something on your body that's about 12 inches long. Then number 4 says, use your body benchmarks to measure your pencil. So you're gonna find a pencil. What's the estimated length using your tip of your finger to your, what do you call that again? Your knuckle? Your knuckle, okay? And then when you're done, you're going to use your ruler or your inch brick, if it's smaller, to actually measure and write down the length. And make sure you write down inches because you're using inches to figure it out. Use your body benchmarks to measure the height of your chair. So how many inches tall is your chair? And then you can use your ruler or a yardstick to measure the height of your chair. All right, second grade friends, if we already did this paper together, if you already completed this in your workbook, you can go ahead and check your work, and we will start the next activity, which no one in our class has done yet, which is practicing measuring with a ruler. So first, look at the numbers. So we know that there's centimeters on the top and inches on the bottom. So what else do you notice about that? And then use the ruler to measure different objects around the house that are less than 12 inches. And then objects that are greater than 12 inches. And let us know what you found and how long it is. All right, second grade friends, we'll see you soon.